Your sword arm is bleeding. 9 blades have broken in your hand today, one after another, shattered against Byzantine armor until you switch to whatever weapon is left standing near you. Bodies are stacked at your feet. Your own men are falling back around you, and somewhere behind you, a battle everyone expected to lose is somehow still being fought. This is Muta. This is the day the world starts calling you something else. You are Khalid ibn al-Walid. And before you were the Sword of Allah, before any of this, you were just a boy in Mecca who happened to be extremely good at killing people on horseback. You were born into the Banu Makhzum, one of the most powerful clans in Quraysh, a family that didn't just fight wars, it organized them. From childhood, you were put on a horse before you could really talk, trained in swordsmanship, spear work, archery, the entire military curriculum a noble Meccan son was expected to master. This wasn't hobby training. Your clan needed commanders, and you were being built into one. By adulthood, you weren't just competent. You were feared. And when a new religious movement started gaining ground in your city, one your own family saw as a direct threat to everything Quraysh controlled, you didn't hesitate about which side you were on. At the Battle of Uhud, you commanded cavalry against the Muslim army, and you watched something most commanders never get: a gift. Muslim archers, ordered to hold a strategic hill no matter what, broke formation early, chasing what looked like victory. You saw the gap before anyone else did. You led your cavalry around the exposed flank and turned a Muslim advantage into chaos, nearly costing the Prophet Muhammad his life. That victory should have made you Islam's most dangerous enemy for the rest of your career. Instead, something started shifting in you over the years that followed. Watching the movement survive everything thrown at it, watching its resilience up close, again and again. Eventually, you did something that shocked your entire clan. You rode to Muhammad and converted. And that's the moment everything you'd been trained your whole life to do, command, calculate, kill efficiently, got pointed in an entirely new direction. Muta is where we started. 3 appointed commanders dead. A Byzantine force in front of you built to crush what remained. And you, a relatively new convert without formal authority, got handed command by soldiers who simply trusted you more than anyone else standing. You didn't order a suicidal final stand. You restructured the entire army mid-battle, rotated your units to look like reinforcements were arriving, and executed a controlled withdrawal that saved a force everyone assumed was already finished. Muhammad himself, hearing what happened, gave you the name that would follow you for the rest of history: Sayf Allah al-Maslul, the drawn sword of Allah. After Muhammad's death, the young Muslim state nearly collapsed, tribes breaking away, false prophets rising, entire regions in revolt. You were sent to crush the most dangerous of them, defeating Musailima's forces at Yamama in a brutal, costly battle that held the state together at its most fragile moment. Then east, into Persian territory, a string of victories against the Sassanid Empire's forces that most historians still study for their tactical precision. Then west, into Syria, where campaign after campaign against Byzantine forces built toward the moment that would define your legacy completely. Yarmouk, 636. Days of coordinated cavalry maneuvers against a numerically superior force, terrain used with total precision, ending in a defeat so decisive it effectively ended Byzantine control over the entire region. You fought, by your own later account, in over 100 battles, never once defeated, not by Byzantines, not by Persians, not by anyone. And then, at the absolute height of it, Caliph Umar removed you from supreme command. Not for losing, not for disgrace. Some accounts suggest it was precisely because your legend had grown too large, because soldiers were starting to credit victories to you, the man, rather than to the cause you served. You accepted it without rebellion. You kept fighting under other commanders, still undefeated, just no longer at the top. You died years later in Homs, in bed. From illness? Not on a battlefield, despite surviving countless wars that should have killed you a dozen times over. Accounts describe you looking at your own body near the end, counting old wounds, sword cuts, arrow scars, spear marks, and saying there wasn't a single patch of skin left untouched by a blade. Yet here you were, dying quietly, the way a soldier almost never expects to go.